I'm Tim Murphy, Director of Manager Research here at Morningstar. The events of the global financial crisis in 2008 led many people to question the traditional approaches to investing and building portfolios. That was very much driven by the sharp negative returns that were seen across most investment markets, which of course led to reduced superannuation balances and heavy losses in many cases across the board, particularly with any meaningful exposure to equities as part of that. The issue of sequencing risk in particular really came to the forefront here. For investors who are at or around retirement age, suffering a sharp drawdown around that time really can have negative consequences for their ability to fund retirement. And this issue of sequencing risk has really become prevalent and led people to think about other better ways to which constructing portfolios makes more sense. Many people have come to revisit this issue, and we've seen an explosion in what's termed objective-based investing funds. What that means is funds that have taken away some of the shackles of traditional portfolio construction, widened the boundaries, and are typically applying wider asset allocation limits to really dial up and down their exposure to different asset classes depending on the portfolio manager's view of the relative attractiveness or not. Now certainly conceptually that makes sense on the surface. After all, who would want to own overvalued assets and not own more of undervalued assets? There's a number of funds that have come to market in the last 5 to 6 years purporting to meet a range of different objectives, often linked to a CPI plus a certain range. It might be linked to an income target, or it might be linked to a more absolute return type target. And today, the total assets invested there has grown to over $10 billion, so it's becoming quite meaningful within the industry.